I love the concept of allostatic load, right? And I talk to people about this all the time, especially clients where I've, mentioned about reducing things and they're like, well, like, why does my training volume go back? Or I feel like I could handle more training volume. And, especially coming towards the end of last year where I've got certain clients who are, whether it's like engineers or lawyers that are like, they come into and the workload's just massive. They're trying to get all this stuff done. I'm like, if we just keep ramping everything up, like something's got to give at some point, right? Like you've got holiday period coming up. Let's utilize this period as, something that's more moderate while our allostatic load is increasing these other variables like, lack of sleep and increased workload and all that. And then when we have the opportunity to push through the holiday period, let's do it. And I think some people always they take for granted they look at the training volume of an elite athlete and they don't take any consideration that there is other stresses from their lives that have been removed so that they can pursue being a full-time athlete. It's just, having a more holistic view to what the training program is in its entirety, taking into consideration that allostatic load. And then you said whether it's a mud map that you use or just the overall framework that you have to be consistent, but it's taking all of these variables into consideration to allow you, once again, alley-oop yourself to be successful, right? Like don't try and give yourself 75 hard in arguably the hardest part of the year, right? Which is definitely what happens a lot of the time. It's like, people kickstart these things where it's like they feel like they're being inconsistent or that they've lacked motivation, but maybe they're not taking into consideration these other variables. Well, I haven't been sleeping as much because, my child's been sick or workload's been really high. So I've been working way more than normal and haven't eaten. And rather than assessing and looking at that, they're like, I just haven't been as consistent with the gym. I need to implement this 75 hard or this, I need to start training twice a day. And they go from well, things are already not great. So if I just do this really hard thing, that'll help versus being like, what is, once again, I'm at 0, what's 1, right? What, not 10. So